attention to something that I notice, and from that noticing, figure something out. Okay, scholars? Cousteau wanted to stay underwater longer to see even more. The diving suits of his day were heavy and bulky. They didn't allow much freedom of movement, and an air hose tethered the diver to the boat. Now, stopping on just that page, there's some things that I observed that the text said and something that I understand. So it said that the tech suits were heavy and bulky, and that they didn't allow freedom of movement. That's what I observed. From that, I know the suits are very uncomfortable. They would not be fun to wear. That's something I could figure out. And if it said they don't allow much freedom of movement, then that must mean that the suits are hard to swim in, which would make that really hard for a diver who wants to explore the sea. Now, I'm gonna keep reading. It says, so Jock said about tinkering, fashioning snorkels from things like inner tubes and garden hoses, but they weren't good enough. Cousteau and his engineer friend, Emily Gagnon, created a breathing apparatus they called the Aqualung. It was the first machine that would let a diver breathe underwater for long periods of time. I'm thinking again about what I observe and what I can figure out. It says that the Aqualung allowed divers to breathe for long periods of time underwater. So from that, I can figure out that the Aqualung gave the divers more freedom to stay underwater longer. So from that, they could probably explore even more since they can stay underwater for long periods of time. And since they have this Aqualung, now they're not in this bulky suit, they can move easily and really explore those different fish. So what I'm doing here, scholars, is I'm taking exactly what the text says. What am I doing on this side? Get ready? I'm putting what the text says. What am I doing? Get ready?
Putting what the text says.
And then here, I'm figuring out what that means. What I understand from what that text said. Okay. Now, listen to what you're going to be doing next. I am going to be assigning you and your group a page or 2 pages from the text. You are going to be doing the same type of thing that I just modeled for you. You are going to first reread those 2 pages. As you are rereading, scholars, great tracking, Stephanie, you are going to write down some things that you observe. What the text says. With your group, you will discuss what it is from there that you can infer. So like my example back here, right? You would be writing down something like, the suits are heavy and bulky. That lets me know they're uncomfortable and they're hard to swim in. Give me a thumbs up if you're understanding what I'm saying. Okay, the first thing we need to do to get ready for this activity is to take the next silent seconds in our response journal to draw this chart. Turning to your response journal 5. Joshua's turning there immediately. 4. Miguel is super focused. That back table is on it. 3. Perfect Liliana, focusing. 2. 1.